Okay, here we go. Understand regulations and responsibility, triggers, what are the dangers, the fines on the yellow boxes, and again, link visual input to action the trigger. That's really important. Think about what is going to trigger a specific reaction, which is going to keep you safe, which again comes down to what they call hazard perception recognition processes. So, for example, a yellow box appears, the trigger is my exit path clear? Guys, that's the only way you are actually going to react to it. And if you put that trigger in place, the trigger is, there's a yellow box. What do I do? Is my exit path safe? Is it going to be safe by the time I've crossed? Can I go across it safely and have enough space on the other side? Okay. If you're a bus or a truck, you might need more space. Now, guys, this is what it looks like. Yellow box at the lights. Now, here, as you approach this, you are going to be thinking, okay, is the light going to be green? Is there traffic on the other side? And if there's enough space, you can follow through and there's no problem. The trigger, the yellow box. And immediately your reaction should be, is there space on the other side? Now, the moment you get that trigger going, you can now decide to stop. And if you're not unsure, stop. That's the best thing to do. If you're not sure if the space is big enough, assume it isn't. Wait until you are comfortable it is. No one's going to force you across the box. So just take it easy. You see the box, you slow down. There's the trigger. The trigger is, I've seen the box. I'm going to stop. This question has two parts in it. The first question, and I'd like you all to answer this, answer it in your mind and just see if it gets right. If I'm the green car, I have two triggers that need to be actioned. Is that green car doing the right thing in the yellow box, waiting to turn right as the oncoming traffic moves across? Or is that wrong? That's the first question. The second thing is, what would be the second trigger that you would need to observe, whether the green car is there or not, or whether the yellow box is there or not. There are two triggers here if you're turning right. One is dependent on the yellow box. So can he do that or not? What is the second trigger that you need to observe when you're turning right at a traffic light that has oncoming traffic that you need to give way to? What is the second trigger? Pedestrians will be taken care of and held back and shouldn't be crossing. But yes, you'll be watching them, and the mommy's pushing the prams to see if the prams or the strollers can get through.
So just repeat. So if there's a traffic light,
you're coming up to a traffic light, it's green, and you want to turn right. First trigger is, yes, I can go into the yellow box to wait as long as the exit point from the yellow box is free. That is one trigger.
Okay, and we have the incoming white car on the right.
Yeah, you got to let the traffic through, but there's another thing that you need to have a trigger on.
Traffic turning right from the other direction.
Yeah, but that's negotiating the junction, but that's not a trigger. It's not going to prevent you going in. There's a trigger that prevents you going into that junction, whether it's yellow or not.
Emergency cars?
Nope, those are very rare circumstantial. The triggers on them would be the yellow light, the blue lights, not the junction. There's a junction trigger when you're turning right. Now, this is if you've had this situation, maybe your instructor has taught you. Okay, it's dense. I'll give you a clue. It's dense traffic. What is the trigger? Whether you can go in and wait to turn right. Devoid. Do you know, Yolanda? Yolanda is excited. She wants to give the answer. Come on, guys.
Two cars in.
Where did you see that?
You shouldn't go more than two cars in.
Okay. If there are more than two cars in the junction waiting to turn right, you must wait behind the stop line until they either clear the junction and the light is still green. You must never be car number 3 in that row. You should always wait unless you can go through with a green light and the other cars have gone through. Two triggers. The first trigger is, yes, yellow box. I am allowed to go in as long as the exit on the right-hand side is clear. Second trigger is how many cars are waiting to turn right. If there are 2 cars on a green light waiting to turn right, whether that is a yellow box or not, you should not enter that junction unless you are going to be car number 1 or number 2. If there is a green filter arrow and the other cars go, you can immediately follow because you'll have sufficient time to make the turn. But until that green filter arrow comes on, if there are more than 2 cars in that junction, you should not wait to turn right. Do not go into a junction, first of all, unless the exit point on the yellow box is clear when you're turning right or when you're going across it. Trigger, see the yellow box, these are specific triggers. Secondly, do not go in to turn right if you are not going to be car number 1 or car number 2. If you're going to be car number 3 wait behind the white line until it's clear for you to go in and turn. And that could be determined by whether there is still a green light when the other cars have gone, or if you see the other cars going, you can follow in, or as long as the light is still green, or if there is a filter arrow, and then you can follow in as well. Okay, really important to do that. And guys, you will save yourself a lot of hassle if you stick to those 2 rules. Those are 2 triggers you should really put in place when you're looking at turning right at a traffic light control junction. Right, so just revising, when you go into a yellow box trigger, check the exit path. Make sure it's clear.
Thank you for watching. If you're enjoying this video and want to see more, head over to www.bds.ac, our interactive video e-learning platform. With BDS Academy, you can learn to drive online from the comfort of your home at your own pace, saving you both time and money. So, what are you waiting for? Visit www.bds.ac today. We'll see you there.